Hi everyone, my name is Audrey and welcome to my channel. Today I'm giving you a new weekly reading vlog. So as you've noticed, the last couple of vlogs were not very successful. My September reading month was horrible. I did not get to finish any book. That was, yeah, it was something. Anyways, here we are, Monday the 5th of October. And I am going to make this short because I do need to leave in less than an hour and I still have stuff to do before we leave. But I am planning on reading 2 books every week. That's the main goal. We also have next weekend a 3 days off. So we don't have, it is Thanksgiving here in Canada. So we don't have cheerleading class. We don't have concert band rehearsal, and there's no work on Mondays. So it's going to be a full 3 days off that I think we all need as a family. I think we really, really need that. And just like not have any activities at all. We did go apple picking and all that stuff. I think we're going to take care of Halloween decorations that I didn't take care of just yet, but just take it chill-ish this next weekend, and I cannot wait because I really need this. I have so much I want to get done and be on top of everything. So yeah. Also this week I'm trying a new routine in order to make sure that I get everything done that I need to get done. So I'm trying to get some reading done, some editing done, as well as some sewing done a little bit like every evening, just to make sure I stay on top of things and do get things done. So that's the plan for the week. I'm currently still in the middle of Who Would Drown the World. That's my priority right now. And then we'll see what I do pick up depending on what I'm in the mood for, if that makes sense. Anyways, I am going to leave you that right just now because I have to leave in less than an hour and I still have lunches to make and things to get ready before I leave. So on that note, I'll see you a little bit later, probably this evening or tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Hi everyone, it is now Saturday morning. I know I'm a bit behind on updating you, but as I'm making my cup of coffee, I don't think I've talked about this at the beginning of the vlog, and I kind of missed my shot there, but we're gonna roll with it anyways. I decided, since this is a long weekend, so it's Thanksgiving for us in Canada, and that means I have 3 days of no cheerleading, no concert band rehearsal, nothing. So 3 days of full nothing where I can just not leave the house because I'm always out and about. So I understand some people would love to be able to do stuff and get out of the house, but I'm always out, and my ideal time off is to finally not get out of the house, if that makes sense. Anyways, so I decided to do a 24-hour readathon, though I won't be doing it like all in one go. So I'm gonna put a timer on and see how much I can actually read and force myself to read. So an 8 hours per day because it's a 3-day weekend. But right now it's just after lunch. I'm already behind my own schedule. I wanted to start yesterday and start like a 4-hour yesterday and then like kind of get some reading done in advance. But I was just so tired yesterday and decided to go to bed quickly. I think I'm gonna go with this nice mug, Halloween themed mug. Anyways, that being said, My goal is to read 2 books a week. I have not finished any book this week, and we're now the 11th of October, so I am behind. Sorry for the time jump there. The machine is quite loud, and I decided to just like jump ahead of time to get to this point and continue on. All that being said, so where was I? Oh yes, I was saying that I was supposed to be reading 2 books a week, and I haven't read anything, finished anything so far, which is not great for catching up on everything that I'm behind. So what I am going to try to do is focus on finishing He Who Drowned the World, obviously, and then pick up 2 more books. Hopefully I'll get some reading done through that, and I'll make some progress in there. There are some books I can't get to just yet because I have to follow them and read them in order, but I still have a lot of choices to pick from, so I think I just want to go ahead and go with my gut feeling and whatever I'm in the mood for, and pick up like what I am feeling like reading at that moment. Right now, I think I'm leaning towards Ship of Destiny as well as Sunrise at the Reaping, but I may change my mind on that. I also have a lot of things I want to get done this weekend, so my focus is just to get back on top of everything, which means back on top of sewing and routine stuff, and on top of cleaning the house as well, because there's a lot of chores I haven't been doing that I need to get done. I was hoping to do 4-hour reading sprints-ish. So read for around 4 hours at a time. But since it's already noon right now, that will bring me to supper time, and I won't have time to do much other than like getting supper ready and eating supper and all that stuff before I have to get back into reading by the end of today, because it's already late and this morning I didn't do nothing productive. I don't know, I might just not go to bed just as early as I'm used to, so maybe I'll do a little bit of sewing, editing, or some chores. I do want to at least vacuum today and put away some laundry, because we have also a lot of dirty laundry we need to get washed, but maybe a mix of everything. I don't know just yet, but I am going to start with a 4-hour reading, and we'll see by the end of that block how much I will have read and what I'm in the mood for. I don't know. Sometimes I get into it and I just want to keep on reading, so I might just not do any chores or anything today and just move that on to tomorrow, and sewing and all that only tomorrow, maybe. I don't know yet. I did go grocery shopping this morning earlier before lunch, so that's dealt with, and we should be good till I think Thursday. Anyways, I'm rambling, so off to some reading now.
And all I want to do is find a place where it will be so dark. I breathe and close my eyes. The music animates me till I'm out of time. A paradise, and I feel alive. And all the flashing colors feel inside my mind. I breathe and close my eyes. The music animates me till I'm out of time. A paradise never turns to black and white. Never fall in love, never be the one to try. It's never been enough. I've never seen the other side. From the skies above, till the day I die. No, it's not enough. No, it's not enough to heart breaks eyes and look up with your best friend, wishing he'd embrace you like your ex did. Can't stop feeling shapes you through the night. It's so wrong, but it feels so right.
Hey everyone, it is the evening on Saturday, and I just finished my 4-hour mark of reading. I know it was supposed to be finished before supper, but I did take some break from reading, and I did pause the timer at the time. And yeah, it didn't go as fast as I wanted. I am not going to talk much about it because I want to keep it for the vlog, the dedicated vlog. But I'm now on page 316, so I'm around 70-ish pages before the beginning of part 3, and then there's going to be only 100-ish pages from there left till the end of the book. I do have to say that I have been taking breaks because I feel a little bit confused here and there with all the political stuff that's going on, and it's a lot at the same time. It was a bit in the other book as well, with the first one, but like the story and the plot was pretty clear. It's not as clear as in here, I feel like, and maybe that's why I'm just a bit confused here and there. Some things that happened and I am just confused. So anyways, it's okay. I don't feel like I'm reading quite quickly, unfortunately. Only 100 pages in 4 hours is not a lot. I was really hoping for more than that. But yeah, I am going to do another 4 hours before I go to bed and try to update you in the next 4 hours, I guess. I don't have great lighting, so I don't think I'm going to do a time lapse for this second 4-hour frame. But I will update you as soon as I finish that second 4-hour mark. I might wait until tomorrow before I update because that means I'll be going to bed at least midnight, probably past midnight because it is now 9 o'clock. So 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So I will be staying up. Hopefully I won't be falling asleep because that means I won't get my timer right if I do fall asleep. So I'm crossing my fingers that everything goes well. Anyways, I'm rambling, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.
I found somebody, I say you don't cross my mind. And she doesn't know that your favorite place is still mine. Now I take the long way home, avoid what I can. let go. I don't always think about you, but sometimes I do. 'Cause sometimes I drive through all of the streets we used to on First Avenue. 'Cause sometimes I don't even know where I'm going at first. All of the turns that I had to unlearn. Back to the surface, the feeling of all that we were. I don't always think about you till First Avenue. That's when I do. That's when I do. I guess the truth is I can't leave memories behind. When she asks about you, I hesitate every time. Every time. I don't always think about you, but sometimes I do. 'Cause sometimes I drive through all of the streets we used to on First Avenue. 'Cause sometimes I don't even know where I'm going at first. All of the turns that I had to unlearn. Back to the surface, the feeling of all that we were. I don't always think about you till First Avenue. That's when I do. Think about you, but sometimes I do. 'Cause sometimes I drive through all of the streets we used to on First Avenue. 'Cause sometimes I don't even know where I'm going at first. All of the turns that I had to unlearn. Back to the surface, the feeling of all that we were. I don't always think about you.
Hi everyone, it is now Sunday morning on the 12th of October. Yesterday I ended up taking a lot more time for reading my 8 hours of reading than expected. So I did the first 4 and then I tried to finish the second block of 4 hours in the evening, but didn't get to do it. I didn't do any chores. I was really disappointed with that. But anyways, I managed to read maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. I had 2 hours and a half left this morning. So I finished those 2 hours and a half-ish. I'm now like 15 minutes till the 8-hour mark of this readathon. So not too bad. I did catch up a bit. But it is already 9 o'clock and I do want to get a lot of chores done today. So, and I do want to get some sewing as much as possible as well. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to keep on reading because I just finished updating my dedicated vlog because I finished part 3 of this book. So I have maybe 100 pages left till the end of this book. So I'm predicting maybe an hour and a half-ish till I finish this. And then once I'm done with this book, I will start doing chores. I do need to, like my priority today will be vacuuming, folding, and putting away laundry and dishes. So that's like my main focus. And then I'll go back to reading and go get some sewing done and back to reading, whatever. Right now, I feel like I really want to pick up this one after this just to get my mind somewhere else. I don't know. I really want to get to this one. So I think that's the one I'm going to be picking up, as well as Robin Hobb. Again, some more fantasy, but this is not based on a true history compared to this, because this is based on history. This one is a comfort read. Robin Hobb is so much comfort. So I think I want to get into this a little bit as well. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish 3 books. I'm hoping to finish this one by the end of the 24-hour and making some good progress on that in this one. I think that should be a good compromise. That would be a lot of good progress. So I've got my coffee and my water bottle, and I'm going to finish this book, hopefully, soon. And I'll update you when I'm done.
I had my head so deep in the sand. When I met you, didn't have plans, but I stayed when I should have ran. Hey, and this happens every time. Get too close when I'm playing with fire. I get burned, but I know we'll be fine. Hey, got me running around in circles, looking for a shortcut. Does it get easier? Cause I'm trying not to hurt now. I don't wanna miss out, I don't wanna lose all this. I ain't afraid to say I love you, baby. I ain't afraid to say that at all. All I'm saying is it with you, baby. I'm afraid I'll fall. I keep a lock around my heart for safety, cause I've been through this before. All I'm saying is it with you, baby. I'm afraid I'll fall. So who knows where we're gonna land? I know you're scared, babe, I understand, but I got you, just take my hand. Hey, and this happens every time, but with you I know I'll be fine. You're the sun in my darkest night. Hey, got me running around in circles, looking for a shortcut. Does it get easier? Cause I'm trying not to hurt now. I don't wanna miss out, I don't wanna lose all this. I ain't afraid to say I love you, baby. I ain't afraid to say that at all. All I'm saying is it with you, baby. I'm afraid I'll fall. I keep a lock around my heart for safety, cause I've been through this before. All I'm saying is it with you, baby. I'm afraid I'll fall.
Hey everyone, it is Sunday in the beginning of the afternoon. I think it's 1:45. It's ridiculous. So I just finished at the 12:39 mark. So I'm almost halfway through my 24-hour readathon, and I just finished this book. I finished updating my vlog. It's closed. I can finally wrap that up and edit it, and hopefully schedule it soon, but I did finish it. I'm still giving it a 4-star, I think, because of a couple of things that I didn't enjoy as much throughout the book, but the ending did redeem the book, so I'm really happy with that. So that's good, but I haven't eaten yet, and I do have a lot of things I need to get done. So I'm gonna pause reading right now. I'm gonna go eat. First of all, I'm hungry, and I'm gonna vacuum do the laundry. I did promise my son that I would play Nintendo with him. So I'll see maybe after the laundry and see from there what I do get done. I might sit down at my computer to edit or something and try to read in between. I might do that for the end of the day, evening-ish, maybe. I'm not sure. It took me a little bit longer than I expected. Yeah, it took me 11 hours and 20 minutes to read 260 pages. I can't do math. That makes it like 30 pages an hour, which is, yeah, 2 minutes per page, which I guess is average of my reading. I don't know. I am hoping I'll be able, oh, this is convenient because you've got book number 1 here. So like, how convenient is it that I just need to scoot it over to put away this one. Oopsies. Okay, maybe not as convenient as I thought it would be. All right, there you go. All right. Okay. That looks good. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm hoping that this one is going to be a very quick read and won't take me 12 hours to read. First of all, the margins are quite bigger, and it's 100 pages less than that one, and it should read quite quickly. So I'm very hopeful I'll be able to finish this. I know I'm going to be able to read that up quite quickly. I'm predicting 6 to 8 hours to read this. And then what time I have left, I could read Ship of Destiny. That's what I'm aiming at. Is that what is actually going to be happening? I don't know. I might read more also tomorrow if like time allows it. I don't know. I might not. I don't know. I do have to not forget that I do want to sew as well in between all those things. So I'm going to stop rambling and start vacuuming and doing my chores as quickly as possible so that I can move on to other things and make the most of the day. And I'm going to go eat. I'm hungry. So yeah, I'll see you later. Hey everyone, it is Monday morning and I did not read much more than I left off yesterday, which means I'm really behind my 24-hour readathon. So now, just now this morning, I read for an hour and a half-ish. So I'm now on the 11-hour mark that's left for this readathon. So I'm past the halfway point, but I only have 1 day left. And if I just keep on reading all day, I have until 9:30 this evening to read and just do that. And I don't want to do that. I do have a lot of sewing I need to get done. I also really wanted to get to some writing because not this week, but next week, I have to have my play dialogues ready to go for my students. And I only have one scene written for 2 plays, which is not enough. And I'm a bit stressed out and I don't know when I'm going to be doing those. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to manage, but I do really need to get some sewing done as well. So what I think I'm going to do is do maybe 2 hours of reading for 1 hour of sewing, if that makes sense. So I just read an hour and a half. I will be stopping here because like round numbers make sense to me and I prefer that. So I'm going to go and get to the sewing room just now and then get back to reading for another 2 hours and so on and so forth. I did start Sunrise at the Reaping and I'm really excited. I'm now on page 58, which is not too bad. I feel like this is going a little bit quicker because of the spacing of the lines. In the other book, He Who Drowned the World, the spacing was very, very tight. And now in here, it's a little bit more spaced out. So I feel like I'm making some more progress. I'm not necessarily reading quicker. It's like a perception thing, I guess. But I do feel like I'm going through it faster. I'm eating this up. It really, really reads like the Hunger Games all over again. And it's exciting. And I'm really enjoying it so far. I don't know if I want to go into spoilers because I hate editing the spoilery things I need to add when I talk about spoilers. But it doesn't take long to do. It's just a minor inconvenience. But okay, I think I'm gonna talk about spoilers here. I really love that we're having the same-ish experience from Haymitch than Katniss did get. Not in a like they had the same life kind of vibe, because I don't think they did. Well, not really, because I think Katniss was a little bit poorer and had to deal with her depressed mom, which Haymitch does not have to do in here. And he does have a little brother, and I don't think I've heard about his little brother at all in the Hunger Games. So I'm a bit scared there. I don't think he's gonna make it. I do enjoy seeing like different things as well, like Drusilla, which is basically the what's her role? I don't remember her role, but she's the one that draws the names, and like Effie was. And like Effie was just so naive and didn't understand at all what was going on around her. And in here, she knows very well what's going on, and she's willing to use her power in order to take control. And yeah, it's so different from Effie. And I think I enjoy seeing something different there. I do enjoy having a lot of characters that I know of from the books that are in here. So knowing where the Mockingjay pin came from, knowing that Haymitch was a friend of Katniss's parents, I feel like that's something that's important. I knew that we were going to have like name drops where people knew other people in here because it is a small area where there's not that many people living there, I guess. They are, but like not that much. People are still close, and eventually everyone knows everyone. But the Haymitch and Katniss have such a special, I don't want to say bond. They do, but it's a peculiar relationship. And I love reading about a Haymitch that was not yet broken by the Capitol and the Games. And there's a clash here. And I feel like I keep going back in my mind while I'm reading this, going back into the Hunger Games and thinking to myself, like, yeah, he knows. He knew what was going to happen if Katniss was doing things. And like they're alike, but they're not that alike in some other ways. And you never know how you're going to react to these things until you're actually having to deal with it. And I don't know, yeah. And that's why he's warning her about everything that's going on in the Hunger Games when it's happening to her, because he's seen this happen before. And I think that's what's interesting in knowing more on how different it could have been in the Hunger Games, and how important everyone was to how the events turned out in the other books. I don't know if I'm making any sense here. I feel like I'm not. But yeah, very interesting. Much more interesting than the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Definitely more interesting. I love that we have Plutarch again. And I did have to Google who Katniss's parents were, because I didn't remember. I don't know if it's written in the original books. And then I did research. And yeah, they are. So that's what I thought. And maybe that's why he had a change of heart, where he, after like years and years of mentoring and being the sole mentor of District 12, he got to Katniss. And there are probably things that happened that I don't know about just yet, but that made him want to do his best with her. I think that the Haymitch that we know in the Hunger Games, the original trilogy, is a Haymitch that has given up all hope because of everything that's happened to him, because of PTSD, because of so many things that I'm going to read about. Obviously, he wasn't always that dark. He wasn't always that type of person, and he isn't dealing with grief well. And it breaks my heart. It does. Doesn't that justify everything like that he's done necessarily in the original trilogy? Doesn't mean that everything he's done was justified and he made the right decisions because of that, but it does explain a lot, which is something that you kind of know reading about it, but having it like really written on page is fun to read. A much better read so far than the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So really excited to get back into that one a little bit later. Oh, I also decided that I will be trying to pick up The Daughter of the Pirate King, because this one is on just 300 pages, 311, I think. 311 pages, which means it's very short. And again, the spacing is very wide, which means it should be reading quickly. And I'm hoping I can get to this one by the end of the day, because that's the end of the readathon. So I decided to go with that one. Also, not only because it's small and should be a quick read, but also because it is one of the few books I can actually read right now from the September Aurelium. So there's that. This one is from my wrapped TBR, so technically not necessarily from a readathon or anything, just like my own stuff. So yeah, there's that. I'm trying to make some progress on my readathons, but yeah, that's why I picked that book as well. Also, yesterday, the reason why I didn't pick up my book is because I managed to edit the full She Who Became the Sun dedicated vlog, which I'm really happy with. I was thinking of doing half of it and then continuing and then reading and continuing and reading and continuing to edit. But I hate stopping mid-edit of a video. I hate it so much. It turned out to be an hour and 10 minutes, I think. So not too bad, but at the same time, I'm kind of scared for other series where there's so many more books in the series. And I'm not sure like how much footage I'm gonna get. It did take a while to do all of that. And by the time I got to bed, I just felt so sleepy I didn't pick up the book. It's already up and going. So I'm happy with that. That's like one thing off of my to-do list. Really happy. So I should be back to editing my weekly reading vlogs, regular vlogs soon. So that's good. But yeah, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and get to my workshop and come back a little bit later, maybe. I think I'm gonna update you when I'm done with part 1, because the book is divided in 3 parts. So maybe at the end of part 1, which is on page 130. So I still have 70 pages left. It's about a third through. The book is 400 and just under 400 pages, so not too bad. So yeah, a third through ish. I think so. Anyways, rambling. So I'll see you by the end of part 1.
Feel your heart from the hate of your mother's masquerade. Apprehend all her sins. From the start, you create problems you will never change. In the end, no one wins. Oh, and the anger inside amplifies in the dead of night.
Hey everyone, it is now 3 o'clock on Monday. So I just stopped at the 8:38 mark. Not quite yet done with my timer from yesterday, which is a bit disappointing. It is what it is. Anyways, I stopped it here because I just finished the first part. I'm on to part number 2 of Sunrise at the Reaping, and I have some thoughts. I could not continue on without giving my thoughts. So here we are. I did read for a tiny bit more than 2 hours though. So there's also that. But anyways, 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I will be going to my workshop after this. But all right, spoilers. What? This is exactly what I was expecting from a prequel when it was talked about from the first time around when they were talking about the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This is the kind of prequel I was looking for. So it is very, very close to what the Hunger Games was. And I feel like not everyone is going to enjoy it. I really, really do enjoy it because I am a huge fan of the Hunger Games, and I love seeing these characters just change and grow. And well, they're growing more and trying to cope with PTSD and trauma and trying to survive and like deal with that afterwards. I love how there are a lot of characters that we already know about from the original trilogy that are in here, which I do enjoy. Wiress, and which I was surprised about. I did not think that she was going to be there. But Wiress, I did think that Chad would make an appearance. It's not too late. The book isn't finished. But yeah, and Mags. I'm so happy to see Mags. And I kept reading those parts and also thinking back on when Haymitch in the second book, Catching Fire, when he was talking about allies and talking about how Mags is an amazing person. She's just a really, really sweet person. And it was just, my mind just kept going back to that. And it's kind of bittersweet. But yeah, I love that part. I love how everyone is somehow related to someone else. That I do enjoy. And I do love the similarities of this book compared to the Hunger Games. So we're going through the same things that we've been through in book number 1 of the Hunger Games. So what Katniss went through, the Day of the Reaping, their lives are not exactly quite the same, but pretty similar. And I'm happy that the reaping was not the same as well, that something else happened and that it was a little bit less of a spectacle. It is, but it isn't. And yeah, so people there were really not going to tell you to your face that you better stay in line because they were going to be violent. And which is not quite the same as in a Hunger Games. So there are some differences with both of the books. But we are still here going through the train, going through the training, the chariot ride, the opening ceremony with the chariot ride, which didn't go as planned. And I love that they are making it not flawless, because in the original 3 books, they talk about how they have so much security because of things that have happened in the past, and now like it's foolproof because of so many things that happened before. And you kind of glimpse what kind of things didn't go well for the opening ceremony, for example, or things like that. And I like that President Snow is trying to talk directly with Haymitch like he did with Katniss. And they are very similar, Haymitch and Katniss, for sure. He's just a bit more aware of what's going on around him than Katniss is, because Katniss is just so... she knows nothing. She's like Jon Snow. She knows nothing. But Haymitch, he knows and understands way more than he lets off. So that's maybe why I feel like sometimes they're not the same, but they're also trying to just make it right and make it stop. So there's also that. That is very similar to Haymitch. Anyways, I'm rambling, but yeah, I enjoy it. But I've got a feeling that a lot of people will not enjoy it as much. Because if I feel like if you read all of the 5 books one after the other, I don't know if it's gonna be bringing something else or something new to the table. I think the original trilogy is perfect as is. And this is just like for the hardcore fans that really want to know more, that want to see more of like the past and history of this universe. But at the same time, I don't know how much more it's going to bring to the table. I haven't finished it, obviously, so I don't know. I might be talking way over my head here, but that's my prediction. And this part just finished with Snow bringing back Luella, which is confusing to me. I don't know if she's alive. She's standing in the doorway, so like obviously she's alive. But what is happening? I'm guessing a mutt. It has to be a mutt. It can't be real. It's impossible. This is going to be brutal games. So that's the other thing why I think some people won't enjoy it, is it's kind of redundant if you read them back to back with the original trilogy, because book number 1 is basically so far the same thing as here, not in the plot of how everything goes on, but in the structure, if that makes sense. But like in the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, it was so different and completely different things. And I think that's maybe what Susan Collins was aiming for, so that it wasn't redundant and that there were different things. And she wanted to show a different aspect of the games, maybe, but I don't think that it was well portrayed, in my opinion. And in this, which are way closer to the original first book, it's then the one in the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This one is way closer to what we know in the Hunger Games book 1. And it can feel a bit redundant, as if like we're rewatching a TV series or something, and it's the same formula, the same way that it works all over again. So yeah, I'm not sure how some people will enjoy it. I don't know. For what it is, I think I prefer that it's closer to the original trilogy. I think I'm rambling because I haven't finished yet. But so far, I'm really enjoying it, going through it pretty quickly. And quickly, as quickly as I can. Still have less than 9 hours to go, and I still have 250 pages. Yeah. So that's quite a lot. I read 130 pages in a little more than 2 hours. So I should be able to finish this by the end of my timer. I should. Will it be by the end of today? I don't know yet. I am excited to see what's going to come up next. And I find it quite funny though, and which is also something that I do enjoy in here, is that the technology is not top notch as in the Hunger Games book 1, 2, 3, which I do enjoy. I think that's interesting, but I don't know how much more it's bringing to the table, but I am enjoying myself. So it's nothing groundbreaking so far, but I am really enjoying it, and my younger me quite satisfied with how this is going so far. So that's good. I cannot wait to start part 2 and see if I'm right. But first, I'm gonna go to my workshop again and get to some sewing. I'm not actually sewing because I have to redraw all of my patterns, because I cut my pieces from cardboard. I drew my own patterns and pieces with on cardboard, and then I retrace them on craft paper so that I can pin them on the fabric and then cut my pieces that I need and cut them correctly. And the cardboard just allows me to redo the patterns, because once you use them and pin them so many times, they are just useless after a certain amount of use. And now they were really, really due, and I don't want to start like pinning over and over on my fabrics with like damaged pattern pieces. So I'm redrawing all of that, and it is taking quite a bit of time, unfortunately. So I'm gonna go continue that, and I'll come back in an hour to continue reading. So I'll see you later. Hey everyone, it is now Tuesday evening. Got back from my son's cheerleading class, and I am here to close the vlog. So, unfortunately, I did not manage to finish the full 24 reading. I had 3 hours left to the clock, but I'm going to stop it here because it was just too much to keep up and to drag on throughout the week. And I do want to close this vlog so I can move on to the next one. I did manage to read though, and I read up until 280 in Sunrise on the Reaping. I have 100 pages left. I'm really enjoying this book. It is what I was hoping for when I thought we were going to get a prequel at first. It is very close to what I was feeling while I was reading The Hunger Games. Structural wise, if we're thinking plot structure, it's pretty much the same structure as the first book of The Hunger Games. So very similar to that, where we have the reaping and the goodbyes, and then you go on the train and get prepped, and then training, interviews, all that stuff. They do not have the same experience as Katniss did, because it is like 24 years before that. And there are a lot of characters that we've known about in the original trilogy that are talked about in here, which I do enjoy. Finding out about some characters past and all that. But it can feel a little bit redundant to read, especially if you just read the original trilogy, or if you want to reread them, or I don't know. I feel like this was a safe route for Susan Collins to go through, because the Ballad of Songbirds and Snake was not that much of a success, and people were very disappointed with that one. And maybe she decided to go with a safer route, but at the same time, like, I enjoy it because I did really love The Hunger Games, but at the same time, I don't know how much more of the story we're getting, if that makes sense. But I don't know how much more information we're getting from here. Like, there are more information, but like, how useful is it? So yeah, that's what I'm questioning. I was hoping to get like some of the years when he was mentoring, and like between the time he won the 74th, the 50th Hunger Games, by the time he mentored Katniss. I would enjoy to see some parts of that. I don't know if we're going to see it though, unfortunately. I don't think so. But I'm still having a great time nonetheless. I just don't think this is for everyone because of said reasons I already stated. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've read. I'm kind of happy because I did get some reading done, and I am going through some books. So that's good. I'm making progress, which is way better than I was doing in September. But I won't lie saying I'm not feeling overwhelmed with everything I've got to get done. So there's also a bit of that, but I do feel like it's going better, I think. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this impromptu 24 readathon-ish 21 hour readathon. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to leave you that and start the next vlog. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone that watches my videos. Like, comment, subscribe if you wish, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, and I will see you soon in the next one.